captain by a hook with a red beard. Captain by a hook with a red beard.
Man, Tuesday, baby. Amazing weekend in sports. I mean, the regionals in college baseball. Talk about action. Some amazing games yesterday to wrap it up, including LSU Tigers blowing a lead in the ninth inning, ultimately losing in the 10th. As a fan, heartbreaking. But as a better, I gave out North Carolina to win the region. Just had a feeling they would get us. It's hard to go back to back, especially when you lose two of maybe the greatest college baseball players ever, and Dylan Cruz, that Paul Skeens guy, huh? Whoever that is. I went exactly 8-8, talking regional future bets. Definitely am going to break down what happened over the weekend. Tomorrow we'll look ahead at the super regionals getting underway. Some amazing matchups. Evansville, the Cinderellas, taking on the top dog, Tennessee. Kentucky taking on Oregon State. North Carolina State taking on Georgia. Georgia. Two teams that I actually love. Clemson, Florida, they'll be going at it. And then we have Oregon taking on the 2 seed in Texas A&M. North Carolina will take on West Virginia. Wow, both of those teams, pretty damn good game. Sunday, disconnecting, reconnecting. Oh, man, man. Ain't mad at it. WNBA, baby. We're getting back underway today after a day of hiatus. Yesterday, three great games going down tonight. I'm talking the Washington Mystics, the winless Mystics. They'll be taking on the undefeated Sun. How long can it last? You gotta think it'll last at least one more night. Um, Man, wouldn't that be something? The Mystics get their first win while giving the Sun their first loss, and then we have my favorite rookie, Angel Reese, taking on the team of vets, the Monstars, if you will. The New York Liberty taking on the Chicago Sky. Mercury and Phoenix taking on the Seattle Storm. I feel like the Storm and the Mercury have played each other 6 times already this season. But boy, oh boy, am I looking forward to all of these games. We'll definitely dive in and break them down. I got 3 bets in the W tonight. And then, of course, how can I forget, baby? NBA Finals. The countdown has begun. We're about 56 hours away from getting our groove on with the NBA Finals. I'm going with the dogs, baby. Not the biggest Luca fan, but I think the Mavs pull it out. I would definitely break that game one and the series down in depth throughout this week, starting today. This is Captain by a Hook, Redbeard, presented by Stare Down Sports. I am Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dobbs, going live on a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday. It is the 4th day of June. Let's dive into college baseball World Series to kick it off, baby. This is Captain by a Hook. Man, Tennessee just rolls. 9-3 over Northern Kentucky, 12-6 over Indiana. And then they said, we got to play one more game. Give it to us. Southern Mississippi, get them the hell out of here. Tennessee advances to the Super Regional after a 12-3 win over Southern Miss. I mean, they are the 1 seed for a reason. Down there in Lexington, Kentucky, uh, close game to start it off, 10-8 over Western Michigan. Indiana State tried to give them a run for their money, but eventually fell short. Um, Kentucky 5-0 win over Indiana State. Man, I would have loved that Indiana State plus 270 to come to fruition. But Kentucky down there at home in Lexington, 5-0 win over the Sycamores. Down there in College Station, the number 2 seed, Texas A&M. Well, they were rolling. 8-0 over Grambling in game one. 4-2 over the Longhorns in game two. And then the Louisiana Raging Cajuns of Lafayette. They go down 9-4 against Texas A&M. Texas A&M advances. LSU came up just a wee bit short. I mean, just a flurry of miracle wins. They come back against Wofford in game one, winning 4-3. They go down early to Wofford in the next game. They play them um, after losing to North Carolina. Man, I believe it was 4-0 to 5-0. Anyway, they come back and win 13-6. LSU beats North Carolina 8-4 on Sunday. I'm thinking, so you're saying there's a chance. Monday comes, 2-2 ball game, most of the ball game. LSU goes up 3-2 for the later half of the ball game, I believe inning 6. I was listening to it on the radio. Don't have a great memory of the game. But I do know they were up 3-2 most of the damn game. And in the top of the ninth, North Carolina tied it up 3-3. And in the top of the 10th, North Carolina took their shirt off, waved it around their head like a helicopter, and advanced to the Super Regional, winning 4-3 over the Tigers. Down there in Fayetteville, I told you Arkansas was Arkansas, Ar- Arkan trash, Ar- Arkan garbage. They don't even make it to the final game. Southeast Missouri and Kansas State duke it out for their region. Kansas State 7-2 victory over Southeast Missouri. Kansas State, the Wildcats, they advance to the Super Regional. Down there at Clemson, Clemson takes care of business. They did have one close game in game 4 of that regional. Clemson 4-3 over South Carolina, but in game 1 they win 13-3 over Vanderbilt. It was pretty crazy. Wake Forest and Vanderbilt gets eliminated on the second day of both of these their regions. They're just two powerhouses in baseball when you think of it. But Vanderbilt are going down, down, baby. Coastal Carolina also came up short against Clemson in the final game. 12-5 victory for the Clemson Tigers. They win in beautiful fashion. Georgia, Georgia. Georgia, they beat Georgia Tech in 10 innings, taking it to extras 8-6 as Georgia advances to the Super Regional. Bunch of close games for Georgia. 8-7 win over Army. 4-2, 11. Well, I guess they blow out. Anyway, Georgia advances, baby. They rocking and they're rolling. Down there in Tallahassee, Florida, Florida State, baby. They take on Stetson in game one, 7-2 victory, 5-2 over UCF, Central Florida. And then they take on UCF again. And they said, we'll make this one a little bit better. 12-4 victory for Florida State as they advance to the Super Regional. UConn also advances after beating Oklahoma 7-1 in the final game. UConn, Oklahoma were going at it. They played 3 times in the Super Regional. UConn, Oklahoma going at it 4-1, 6-4 ultimately. UConn wins the last one 7-1. Slamming the door. Riley, baby. North Carolina State doing the damn thing. They win 5-3 over James Madison in their regional to go ahead and win it. Stillwater, I thought I told you. I thought I done told you. Everybody talking about how trash Florida is. Everybody was talking about how trash Virginia is. Guess what? I thought I done told you. It's captain by a hook, baby. I gave out Florida to win it plus 170. What do? They're going to the Super Regionals after beating Oklahoma State and back games, baby. Florida 5-2 in game 6 and 4-2 victories over Oklahoma State on the road. Florida doing the damn thing. Virginia also did the damn thing. 9-2 over Mississippi State in the final game. They beat Mississippi State 5-4 in the game 4, and pretty easy one in game 1, 4-2 over Penn. But Virginia, Florida, two teams the entire world gave up on. Two teams the entire world told you were triggity chone. Well, I told you they're Big Tony. West Virginia advances after taking down a Grand Canyon. The Lopes limp back north to Phoenix from Tucson after losing to West Virginia 10-6. A bunch of high scoring games went down there. Santa Barbara, baby. Oregon came out the victor. Oregon 3-0 win over UC Santa Barbara to go ahead and beat Santa Barbara in Santa Barbara. How many times can you say Santa Barbara? Well, I just said it 4. Huh? Huh? Oregon State, baby. They get the job done. Oregon State beats UC Irvine. Ah, rascals. I had UC Irvine as some dogs in that one. I also had UC Santa Barbara in the last one. Things don't always go the way you hope. Oregon State ends up moving on to the Super Regional and then down. Boy, talk about these Cinderella. Evansville, East Carolina, 6-5 victory for Evansville. They have a beautiful. They are the talk of the town after their ninth inning comeback over East Carolina. Evansville moves on. Hey, congratulations, Evansville. Here's Tennessee. No, hold on. They said Evansville. Wow, great game, fantastic game. Congratulations. Here's Tennessee. Okay, no. They said, well, Evansville, great news. You advance. You're going to the next round. We have the hotel set up, accommodations ready. Flight leaves at 8 tomorrow. Here's Tennessee. They said, they said, don't worry about packing your bags for Omaha. Here's Tennessee. Anyway, shout out to Evansville, man, doing the damn thing. Mañana, that means tomorrow in Spanish. I will break down the Super Regionals and give you my bets. Also, take a look back at my bets from last weekend, see which ones still stand. We got some WNBA action going on tonight, baby. This is Captain by a hook. Couple of great games. The New York Liberty and Chicago Sky highlighting these games. 7 o'clock Central tip. Whew. People forget. How quickly do people forget? I feel like they're in every sport. There's two different fans, maybe three. There's a category of fans who know absolutely nothing about actual what it takes to win. They see the highlights, they see a flashy pass, a shot being made, and they think, now this is the bee's knees. Then there's a group of fans who understand That was a great pick. You got to move that ball quicker. You got to cut through. You can't just stand at half court pouting. And then there's a group of fans that don't know a damn thing. All they know is what they see on other people's opinions. And I just want to say this. This picture is a daily reminder. There is a difference between highlight basketball and winning basketball. The woman on the left in this picture, I believe, is still the left in the viewer's eye. Never won a damn thing. Never. No rings, trophies, banners, nothing. Nathan, just blessed with the pigment that the rest of the world can root for. While the player on the right, not as pretty on the court. I'm talking game here, nothing more. Doesn't have the flashy highlights, but boy, oh boy, is she a winner. She's proven it. She has a ring. She has a banner. The team she plays on in the WNBA has a winning record. Winning basketball ain't pretty. Sometimes pretty basketball ain't winning. Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, whether you want to agree with it, admit it, or not, is the Larry Bird and Magic Johnson of the NBA. There were greats before them: Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, Jerry West, Lisa Leslie, Cheryl Swoops, Swin Cash, Maya Moore, Candace Parker, Oscar Robinson, Earl the Pearl, Pistol Pete. However, there is a mark in the history of the NBA that when Larry Legend and Magic Johnson stepped into it, it grew. It popped. Balloons. Shout out to Luda. Same things happen in front of our very eyes. It's beautiful to witness. And I'm just going to end this statement with this, and then I'll break down these games for the night. Watching Caitlin Clark play basketball is like watching Nicolas Cage do long division with no calculator. Pointless. Boring. Kelsey Mitchell. I call her Nikola Tesla. She does everything for this Fevers team. She is the reason the Fever have won the 2 games that they won. And yet you get on social media and you see Caitlin Clark hit a 3, which brings her to 2 for 9 on the game, which gives her 11 points on the game. It's just sad what the media and the social media does. But hey, they cater to the audience. And this generation of human beings, audience, is no matter your age, a bunch of 8-year-olds on social media, a bunch of little girls scrolling on a tablet. But I'm talking about grown men here. I'm not talking about any little girls. I might be getting too deep for you here. Give me Angel Reese 13 times out of 10. over Caitlin Clark. Because I, myself personally, well, I am a fan of winning basketball. I don't care too much for the highlights. Don't care too much for going 2 for 9 from the 3 point line. But anyway, that is just me. Sure, both of these young women will have a illustrious career, but I think in the long run, one of them will win more than the other and be ostracized for it. I wish this truly was like Bird and Magic, where both were equally beloved and hated, because they both deserve the same damn respect. One, maybe a little more, because one has a ring and a winning record. But hey, some people say winning is the only thing that matters, and some people say, to hell with it. Cares about winning? Give me a damn highlight, will ya? Anyway, it's Captain by a Hook, baby. And I'll get to my WNBA bets a little later. We have a championship on the line starting this week in the Men's Association. Hardwood. I'm talking Celtics. I'm talking Mavericks. Tatum. Brown. Luca. Kyrie. It's going to be some exciting stuff here, man. I cannot wait. I will be on the Mavericks plus 184. I'm not going to make you wait for it. I've been saying it since Friday. It smells like an upset. It's Captain by a Hook, baby. You got the Celtics, one of the greatest teams historically, one of the best teams this season, a team who we've seen, and historically speaking, you think the team that hits their head on the ceiling 6 years in a row will finally um, break through to where they can stand on the roof. This is a team that went 64-18 in the regular season. I'm talking about the Boston Celtics. Um, I mean, just absolutely bananas. 37-4 at home, 27-14 on the road. Wow. Just wow. Less than 20 wins anytime you can achieve that. Monumental season. Hats off to them. The question I truly have for this Celtics team is, do we believe in them? I've been waiting for about 4 to 6 seasons for Jason Tatum to take the next step to the Kobe Bryant reigns that we've all expected. And part of me thinks part of that is due to the fact that all he talks about is how much he loves him some Kobe Bryant. I think we get lost in the sauce sometimes when comparing players, especially from two generations. We did it with a lot of players, comparing them to old greats. I don't know if Tatum ever takes that step to become a Kobe Bryant. What if he's just always Tracy McGrady, Carmelo Anthony? Great scorer. He stepped his reboundings up this season. He stepped his assist up this season. Jaylen Brown's taking a bigger role. It's more of a Batman than Batman and Robin. But it's just something fishy about this Boston Celtics team. Role players seem to carry them more than any team I can remember. There's usually 3 to 4 players that you need to win a championship. But you got to have one that is the man. I don't know if the Celtics have it. I don't trust Jason Tatum. I don't trust him in the clutch. I don't trust him in the game 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. Jaylen Brown. Uh, I mean, we've seen this guy. His ceiling is amazing. His floor is horrible. And instead of being somewhere in the middle, he usually bounces up and down. We can see this kid go on a 3 game stretch and play 3 of the worst games of his life in this series. Where on the other hand, you have the Dallas Mavericks. I don't know. 50 and 32. They make the trade at the trade deadline to beef up their role players, bringing in Gafford in Washington, and it's worked. It seems to have worked. They now have better defense. They now have more rebounding. Feels like they have a little, excuse me, more grit to their game. And then you look at Kyrie Irving, who at one point was the phenom that Jason Tatum is. At one point, Kyrie Irving was the future face of the league. I mean, that's kind of special. Sad that LeBron ruined that. But that's another story. I'm not going to talk about LeBron during championship weekend. But Kyrie Irving, as special as he is now on a platform to add something to his legacy, put another notch on his belt. He's special. I would say he's the second most special player in this series, and the first is Luka. So if I'm ranking the superstars in this series, we're going Luka. We're going Kyrie. And then I think you got to take a step or two down before you get to Tatum and Brown. I get it though. Heavy favorites, the better overall team during the regular season, which some could argue means the most, some could argue means not a damn thing. Celtics, probably the easiest path to a finals we've ever seen. I've ever seen, at least. First round, damn, I just forget who they play. Oh, they take on a Heat team with not one player playing. That was practice runs. They win that one 4-1. They go take on the Cavaliers. Donovan Mitchell goes down, down, down. They win that one 4-1. And then they get a Pacers team who, one, shouldn't have been there, and two, were missing most of their players as well, including their superstar young buck, Halliburton. Also, both of those last teams I mentioned, the Cavaliers and the Pacers, were coming off of a grueling 7 game series. Celtics sweep them in 4. And then on the other side, you have the Mavericks comfortably beating the Clippers, the Thunder, and then outright dogging the Timberwolves. But I don't know, man. I don't think this Celtics team has played a game where they were truly tested in over 2.5 months. I just do not trust them. And I could be wrong. They'll probably come out and win game 1, but not cover. It'll be a weird 4 to 5 point game. Celtics win. I think game 2, we see the Mavs come back and get them one. Game 3, I think we're going to see a weird blowout. Celtics win by 40. And then that's it. I think the light will be switched. I'm going Mavs in 6, baby. The Dallas Mavericks in 6 games. I bet them plus 184 already. I will probably bet them to win in 6. 4-2. You can get that at plus 500. Not the best odds, but I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Tomorrow I will dive in a little deeper into the props of this series, along with the NBA Finals MVP, who I think at 20 to 1, Kyrie Irving is why the hell not? You know the Celtics are gonna throw everything at Luca. He's also a little banged up. I think Kyrie saves Luca like he saved LeBron, and will go down as the guy who helped your favorite player get a ring, regardless if that's LeBron or Luca. But Kyrie is special. 20 to 1 for him to win the MVP. That is my first pick. But I would dive deeper into the MVP market and dive deeper into game one and the rest of this series tomorrow. But that's how I think this series goes. Do not trust the Celtics. Give me the Mavs in 6. Let's move on to these bets for tonight. Tonight. That's for all them old school cats. Anyway, I need somebody. You ready? Anybody. Hit me with the horns. Oh, baby. Oh, boy. Let's get it rocking. We got the Mavericks plus 184. Bet it. All right. I already broke that down, down. I got 3 props for you tonight. I can't help myself. Dawana Bonner. It's my dog, man. That is my dog. Dawana Bonner, the Sun. They're taking on the Mystics. The only thing that scares me is I think they'll be up 30 in the third. I don't know if she'll play the fourth. Well, we saw our last game have a monster second quarter. Had 14 at the half. Still didn't go over 18 and a half though. But hey, it's a new day, new game. Dewana Bonner. Give me her over 19 and a half points. I actually do think the Mystics keep this close. The Mystics just have horrible late game coaching. They've been in every game this season. They're 0 and 8. The 3 minutes left, they'll be down 4, and next thing you know, they're down 12. So it's just horrible late game execution and late game coaching. Coach don't know when to call a timeout, how to call a timeout, what to say during the timeout. And the girls, they're so frustrated. They're trying a little too hard, if that makes any sense. It's like just they compound their mistakes with more mistakes and just they go on a bad 7-0 run at the worst possible time. So I do think DeWanna Bonner is going to play most of these minutes and going to need it. I think she's going to close this game out too for the Sun. I love how she picks her spots in her later career, just to keep throwing jabs at LeBron. She runs the game from the corner. LeBron has to hold the ball and make every player on his team suffer with his old trash ass. Anyway, DeWanna Bonner over 19 and a half points, baby. That's minus 104 for you. DeWanna Bonner over 19 and a half points. The next 2 bets are coming in the Liberty Sky game. I'm going to start off with the rookie. We're getting Angel Reese, baby. She's getting a lot of hate, a lot of flack, and I don't like that. But anyway, she's a winner and she plays winning basketball. They lose on Saturday. It was Cardoso's first game back. When you're bringing in such a star like Cardoso, the first game's always going to be a little rough. This guy built a winning whatever. They've been winning games without her. Now you bring her in, people are a little more passive. I think this game, they all figure it out. I think it's going to be a great game tonight. I'm going to take Angel Reese with some of the attention on Cardoso instead of her. Give me Angel Reese over 20 and a hook. I'm talking points, rebounds, and assists. I think she's going to drop a nice little, I want to say a double double, but I think she gets 14, 9, and 2. I think she goes over this comfortably. I think she has a nice game tonight. She's going to get some good open shots instead of being doubled down there in the post. She's also a dang dog on the offensive board. I think she gets a few putbacks. Give me Angel Reese over 20 and a half points, rebounds, and assists. I think she goes over with just the points and rebounds. The assist is just a little extra. She gets one or two, maybe three, add to it. Now this girl right here, Sabrina Ionescu. Oh. The Liberty have been balling. What I love about the Liberty is they have four players that can hurt you. And they got more players that are good, but they got four that can really hurt you. You look at Banana Stewart because she goes bananas. Sabrina Ionescu just up there dishing and shooting. I mean, this girl's been on fire the last week and a half. Sabrina, I'm gonna take her over 24 and a half points plus assist. She's been getting around 18, 20 points the last few games. She's been getting around 7 to 9 assists the last few games. This thing has been automatic for me. Give me Sabrina Ionescu over 24 and a half points and assists. Um, Laney Hamilton dropped 20 last game. She can give it to you. Jonquel Jones, when she's on, they are unbeatable. The two games they lost, she got in foul trouble early, ended up with a horrible game. But man, this Liberty team is scary. I think that's going to be a great game tonight against a young, hungry Sky team. Um, just to recap all of that. Sorry, writing timestamps down. You know the deal. Just to recap it, baby. We're gonna go Angel Reese over 20 and a half points, rebounds, assist. We're going Sabrina Ionescu over 24 and a half points plus assist. And then we're gonna go Dawana Bonner over 19 and a half. She drops 20 tonight in a win over the Mystics. Man, I can't wait for these finals, man. I think it's gonna be a great series. I think at some point the damn Mavericks are just gonna bust it open and win three straight and take the ring. The bling bling. But anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the love. And thank you for the support. It's Captain by a hook with the red beard. I am Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dobbs, going live on a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday, the 4th day of June. Please take all of these wagers at your own risk and please, please gamble responsibly. Dobbs.